And good evening, everybody, and welcome tonight to the Joshua B. Cole 400. Today we are getting ready for a Darlington extravaganza to cap off what has been an exciting race weekend. This is normally called the Southern 500, but due to the fact that this race is being uploaded on this particular day, it is being called the Joshua B. Cole 400 in memory of my brother. This was the day in 1989 when my brother Joshua Cole, at 6 years old, died of a brain hemorrhage. And so this is a race that's a tribute race to him, as this day marks now the not the 24th. I believe it's actually the 30th. No, it is the 24th. Yep, the 24th anniversary of his death. So, hope you guys will bear with me with the fact that I didn't call this the Southern 500, but just seemed fitting to me that on this particular day, this race be called as it is. But anyway, let's switch gears and get ourselves ready for racing. The K-Love Ford of Trent Whitney, dead last in points, finds himself up front yet again. We've seen this all year long where he's gotten great qualifying runs. He just seems to never be in the right place at the right time to be able to capitalize on a victory. Tonight could be the night when Trent Whitney, the Season 3 Snickers Cup Series champ, can get his season turned around. He's trying to make his third straight Snickers Cup Series chase for the championship. In order to do that now, he really has to get his season turned around in a hurry. Alongside of him, James McLeod in the 51, our Daytona 500 winner. He is going to roll off from the second position. He comes into this race 17th in the points, looking for a good run today to try and get himself back up into the top 10 in the standings. Then you got in third place, Rohit Vidarvu, who has been on quite a streak as of late of really nice finishes in that number 27. He's worked his way up now to 28th in points and still climbing. And alongside of him, though, a driver who has been dropping and continues to fall through the points, that is George Roque in the 55. He slipped now all the way down to 16th in the standings. At one time, he was up as high as 4th in Snickers Cup Series points, and that was only a matter of a few weeks ago. And then lining up, completing the top 5 for tonight's race, is Ron Vajara, currently 35th in points. We'll see if Ron Vajara, after a nice run last week, I think he had a good run last week at Michigan. Pretty sure he did. We'll see. I can't remember right off the top of my head. I'll look back. But anyway, he's going to start off in the 5th position. We'll get these cars rolling off. They'll complete a couple pace laps. It's going to be a wild one here tonight as we are here at Darlington under the lights. We'll have to see just how that's going to play out a difference into the fact that our other two races, Trucks and Mobile, took place during the day. What is the difference going to be between tonight's racing and the racing we've had in the last two events? We're moments away from finding out. Hope you're ready for a great one. I'm sure we're going to have it. As here is your starting lineup. Pace car hits pit road. We're ready to put them under green for 37 laps. Trent Whitney, James McLeod, Rohit Vidarvu, George Roque, Ron Vajara, and Jordan Davis. That's the first 3 rows as we get ready to turn them loose here at Darlington, the Joshua B. Cole 400. Wow, Whitney got himself a great jump. So did Rohit Vidarbu. McLeod already has fallen back to third. Now about to lose that. Now he's about to actually lose fourth to Alex DeMarco as they're scraping the wall back there. And there's a car around. Jordan Davis spins. The 16 car has spun it down to the inside retaining wall. Oh, they're in the wall. Oh, my goodness, look out. Oh, riding the wall. Trent Whitney, Rohit Vidarbu, and Ron Vajara, Caution is out, but Whitney keeps the lead. Caution waves for the first time today. Oh, Jacob Lawler is involved. Fifth in points. Chris Dollarton's gotten a piece of it. Jake Cole's involved. There's other cars involved off this corner. Richard Johnson and Kyle Sosnowski. There was somebody else on the apron. That's Barney Ward. Fourth in points. There was another car smoking. Oh, Michael Norman, who came off a top 5 last week. 11th in the standings. He's involved. There's Davis, Alec DeMarco. They're in it. Oh, Danny Wells, second in the points. He's got damage on the front of his NOS Chevrolet. Up ahead of him, damage on Zach Campbell. Dylan Poteet, the points leader, is involved. Sean Galligan, Dylan Young, Aaron Williams Jr. I think all these guys may have gotten involved. My goodness. Is this the leaders coming down for regularly scheduled stops? Yeah, looks like there are regularly scheduled stops going on, but Ron Vajara, James McLeod, and Adam Chambers decided to stay out. We got to take a look at a replay of what put us under the caution for the first time today here at Darlington. Big pile-ups going on here in the beginning stages. All right, let's take a look here, see what happened to Jordan Davis. This was up pretty close to the front of the field, too. Oh, contact between himself and George Roque, and then he goes off the nose of the Tim Walsh machine. That's how that ended up triggering Jordan Davis spinning around. Davis going to slide down to the infield. There was another car back there. That's Richard Johnson. He got spun around. Oh, and then Emilio Navarrette's back there. Callum Wales back there. They got turned around in front of the field. Some other drivers back there involved in that. And then up here, someone's going to get turned around. Is it Tim Walsh going to come back up the racetrack maybe? See if that's the case. If he does, he's going to come right up in front of Michael Norman. Yep, that's exactly what happens. Tim Walsh tried to bring his car back up on the racetrack. It didn't work. Norman runs into the back of him. And that's how Michael Norman gets his damage. Oh, and then they're spinning further up. Oh, Alex DeMarco. What happened to him? Did he come up into McLeod? Oh, yeah, he just kind of squeezed James McLeod into the wall. McLeod's boxed in. I can't even say boxed. Boxed in. He can't do anything. Look at George Roque and Sean Henley and Hayden Klein do a nice job missing that. Oh, contact between Hayden Klein and Mary Cole, though. And then here comes Norman. He just kind of gets forced into DeMarco by John Cittadino. And then everybody going to try to avoid. They're all piling up further back there. Contact there. Ralph Mason, Aaron Williams Jr. Oh, man, Kyle Sosnowski and Sean Galligan. Hard hits for them. My goodness, look at this. Everybody just trying to find a line to be able to slide through. There was Zach Campbell further back there getting turned around by somebody. Oh, I think that's when he and Barney Ward may have wrecked. Yep. How's this happen? Oh, looks like Cole Daly squeezes Joshua Michaels into the wall. He gets turned around. Little contact there with last week's winner Derek Reed. Campbell, Matthew Rodriguez, they're going to make some contact. And then, as Zach Campbell's machine is going to come sliding down the banking here, Barney Ward's going to have nowhere to go. Oh, Ralph Mason, Aaron Williams Jr., they slowed down in time. But then right here, Barney Ward just runs straight into the driver's side of the 9. Boy, these guys, they just didn't slow down. They just kept driving, hoping they could get through, and apparently that was not possible. And there are a lot of drivers involved in this one. Dylan Poteet, where's he? He and Danny Wells. First and second in points. I saw them with damage. I think they may have gotten involved in that incident back here. Yeah, they did. Let's take a look at this. Probably the best camera view to be able to find these two would be from the helicopter, so let's do that. Okay, there is Dylan Poteet in the 78. Danny Wells is a little bit further back. You'll see him come into view in just a moment. There's the contact up there. Ralph Mason, Callum Wales, Emilio Navarrete, Aaron Williams Jr., James Silverfox. And Dylan Poteet, he's going to get kind of pushed into this by Kyle Sosnowski. And Danny Wells actually ran into the back of Dylan Poteet. the guy who's trying to run down for the points lead, he ends up running into the back of here. There's Chambers, Dylan Young, there's Jacob Lawler, Whitus Votas, Callum Wales, our winner from Talladega, Anthony McCurry. All kind of in a bit of a convention there, out of turn number 2. And this could play out big in the points. I didn't see one driver in the top 5 that didn't get a piece of something there. Best driver right now that got through all that, I believe, was Hayden Klein, 6th in points. So we're going to have to see if Poteet, Danny Wells, Cole Daly, Barney Ward, and Jacob Lawler will be able to continue. There's Richard Johnson. His day must be done. You can see the black smoke there, and now his car disappearing to pit road. There's Eric Burton, Chris Darlington, and Jacob Lawler caught there on the inside retaining wall, waiting for Eric Burton's machine to be removed. There's Austin Ogo's machine. My goodness. Complete and utter chaos taking place already here at Darlington, so we'll go back to green. We'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. Remember, the first 3 cars did not pit under that latest caution. Ron Bajara, James McLeod, and Adam Chambers, they are currently the top 3. Drivers out after this incident are as follows, as we have Austin Ogo down a lap. Michael Norman, Sean Galligan, Danny Wells, the 2nd in points, is out. Barney Ward has retired. Jacob Lawler is out. Darlington, DeMarco, Davis, Kyle Sosnowski, Richard Johnson, Jake Cole, and Eric Burton are all out of the race. Right there are 3 drivers who came in the top 5 in the standings already out of this race, and we're only on lap number 5. We gave you the top 3, Vajara, McLeod, and Chambers. Pichu London lines up in 4th, 5th, Sean Henley, 6th place, Anthony McCurry, 7th, Hayden Klein, and 8th is Mary Cole. 9th place, John Citadino, and Rohit Vidarvu is in 10th. The points leader, Dylan Poteet, continues on. He's 11th. 12th place, Dylan Young. Trent Dunham, 13th. 14th, Charles Jackson. 15th is Jake Rogers. James Silverfox, 16th. The pole sitter, Trent Whitney, back to 17th now with George Roque in 18th. 19th, Whitus Votas, and last week's winner, Derek Reed, is in 20th. Tim Walsh, 21st. Cole Daly, 22nd. He and Dylan Poteet, the only 2 drivers inside the top 10 in points who are still continuing on in this race. 23rd is Joshua Michaels. 24th is Emilio Navarrete. And Aaron Williams Jr. is in 25th. Rest of the cars on the racetrack are Ralph Mason, 26th, 27th, Callum Wales, 28th, his teammate Matthew Rodriguez, and Zach Campbell in 29th, and of course Austin Ogo in the 30th position, 1 lap down. It's Pichu London, who was the first car to come off pit road. He's going to work on the older tires of Adam Chambers and James McLeod. He's going to move all the way from 4th up to 2nd, just like that. And I think the caution may be out again. Can't tell. Oh, they're going to get the wall here. Boy, these guys having trouble entering into this corner. Pichu London just flew right by for the lead. Pichu London's got the top spot. And yes, indeed, the yellow flag is out once again. Henley moved to 2nd, McCurry to 3rd, and Hayden Klein to 4th. This time the caution's going to come out for George Roque. And there's other cars in trouble back here. Matthew Rodriguez is in trouble. There was a car upside down. I couldn't tell who that was. Ralph Mason's damaged. Trent Whitney's involved. Cole Daly gets a piece of it. There's a spin off of this corner. Joshua Michaels is on pit road. Tim Walsh was involved in something there. Rohit Vidarvu, James Silverfox, looks like they got involved. James McLeod may have gotten a piece of whatever that was too. There's Michaels, Aaron Williams Jr., Callum Wales, Navarrete, Ogo, Reed, Campbell, Dunham. Again, a huge pile-up taking place here. On lap 7, Pichu London's taking the lead, and more carnage taking place here tonight at Darlington. So we'll look back at a replay. Now the caution coming out this time. They went 3 wide here at Darlington. I think that's the first time I've seen that tonight, but it doesn't work out to the good. Whitus Votas, George Roque, and Trent Whitney all kind of squeeze each other there, and around they go. That is what the caution came out for. But then, that wasn't all that took place. There was something else that happens up here. Right there. Austin Ogo going to have some contact with... That was his own teammate, Jake Rogers. He bounces down into Trent Dunham, comes up right there. Nowhere for Cole Daly to go. Joshua Michaels going to run into Trent Dunham. Navarrete going to run into this as well. Watch Ralph Mason. He's going to... Oh, man, he just kind of got whiplashed into that wreck. Callum Wales going to get into it. Derek Reed actually was the car that flipped upside down. Oh, man, so did Wales. So did Matthew Rodriguez. Aaron Williams Jr. comes plowing into it. Another car that flipped over was Ogo. Oh my, Zach Campbell, he ran into it as well. And then, as if this wasn't enough, something else takes place further up here. Yeah, right there. Tim Walsh, Rohit Vidarvu, and Jake Rogers all make contact. Silver Fox going to get involved, and there was another car that shot down to the inside of the racetrack. That was Charles Jackson. Heavy-duty front end damage to the Husky Toyota. So we had, again, 3 different wrecks take place here in 1 lap. These drivers finding this Darlington very difficult to drive in. Apparently, with the cooler conditions, these drivers are finding the track a little bit more slick. They're having trouble entering into the corner. Their cars want to slide up, which is proving quite a difficulty for them. They are racing pretty doggone hard here at the track. Too tough to tame. I don't think it's the track that needs to be tamed. I think it's these drivers. We'll go back to green flag racing on lap 11 of 37. I'll tell you what, folks, this field has very quickly dwindled down to a very teeny tiny field to finish off this race. We got more drivers back behind the wall, including Charles Jackson, Ralph Mason, Matthew Rodriguez, Cole Daly, Emilio Navrick, Callum Wales, Aaron Williams Jr., Joshua Michaels, Trent Dunham, Derek Reed, last week's winner, Austin Ogo, and Zach Campbell. We have a total of only 18 cars left on the racetrack out of our original 42. This race has certainly been proving to be a wreck fest here at Darlington, and I guess you could say that these 18 drivers are currently under the title of survivors. So they are still on the racetrack, but I don't think one of them is clean as a whistle. I think every one of these drivers in some way or another has some bit of damage to their race cars, even if it's as minimal as a Darlington stripe. Pichu London's the leader, Sean Henley second, McCrory third, Klein fourth, and Ron Vajara fifth. Rest of the top 10 are Mary Cole, James Silverfox, Adam Chambers. Oh wait, I said James Silverfox, I'm sorry. James McLeod, rather. Adam Chambers, I was looking at James Silverfox back there. He's 9th. And Dylan Young, even with that damaged race car and all, he's in the 10th position. As the green flag's getting ready to come back out, rest of the drivers on the racetrack are as follows: Jake Rogers, John Cittadino, Dylan Poteet, George Roque, Trent Whitney, Rohit Vidarvu, Tim Walsh, and Widos of Otas. As we get ready to go back to green flag race, and I did notice, though, that all 4 Tweenix cars are still in this pack. Pichu London out in front looking for his first Snickers Cup Series victory of Season 5, but here comes Sean Henley diving down low. He'll try and take the top spot. Last time Henley was to victory lane, it was in the Bud Shootout and Gatorade Duel race at Daytona. They were non-points events. He's still looking for his first points win of this season. As London's into the wall, Henley's going to get into the wall. Here comes McCrory looking to the inside line. And the caution waves once again, and oh, whoa, Vajara spun out, but he saved it. At the line, Vajara spun around, but he held on to it. And Henley is the leader under the caution. The caution looks like it's going to come out for, well, I think there were 2 spins. One by Rohit Vidarvu and one by Tim Walsh. We'll take a look at those 2 spins as they bring out the caution for the 3rd time tonight. Here's a look at it. Rohit Vidarvu side by side with Jake Rogers. And I think he's going to slide up into the corner here, does Vidarvu. Yep, right up into Jake Rogers there. Trent Whitney and Tim Walsh going to get held up behind this. And I think actually Tim Walsh may have had to wait to get underneath the 27. That may have actually been why Tim Walsh was so far off the pace right there. So I don't think he actually did spin around. I think he was held up behind the Rohit Vidarvu machine, who was facing the wrong direction at the time. Vidarvu is the reason for the caution coming out. Let's go back again for yet another restart. Getting ready to go back to green. It'll be on lap 16 of 37. Sean Henley, the current leader. I don't know if it's even possible for these guys to go into a long green flag run, because they're down to 18 drivers, and they're still bringing out the caution flag. This track apparently is very difficult for them to find any grip. This track, we did have some rain that took place here a few hours ago, and they got the track dried off. Maybe this is what they call a green racetrack, and these drivers are finding no grip whatsoever. They're having very little time to be able to lay down any rubber for grip as well, due to the fact that we're constantly under the caution. But Henley going to lead us under the caution flag, under the green flag, and there goes Hayden Klein around, just like that. The 11 was up inside the top 5. He loops it around, but he held on to it, and they are still going to throw the caution flag, though. Not rightly sure why they throw the caution for that. We did get it back turned around. Did Hayden Klein oh, they're in the wall. Oh, Mary Cole. runs in the back of McCrory. Henley going to keep the lead, but what in the world? They just accordioned up there. Is everybody else good? Nope. Trent Whitney's around in front of Wido Zavotas and Tim Walsh. And Pichu London is way back here. Oh, and he just nailed the back of Trent Whitney. What in the world was that, Pichu? Oh my goodness, that could have taken him out of this race, both he and Whitney. And both of them were doing a great job surviving. Oh my goodness gracious me. Sean Henley, the leader, again under the cautions. Look back at a replay of what happened. We'll take a look first at Hayden Klein's save, and then the incident with Whitney getting nailed by Pichu London. This was coming right down to the green flag, and I don't even know how the contact begins. McLeod looking to the inside of Hayden Klein. Oh, and then Pichu London's going to be the one that makes the contact with him, turns him up, and he just clips the Hayden Klein machine around. Ron Vajara, his 22's going to spin around. And then, oh wow, nice job by both those drivers. It's very difficult to get that car turned around when you're on the banking facing upward. But both those rookies, Klein and Vajara, did just that. Very nicely done by both of them to hang on to their race cars. Then further up, Trent Whitney. We got to turn all the way up here to turn number 4. Here it is. Yeah, Whitney. Boy, these drivers are having a difficult time entering into the corners. And this time, Whitney's going to go up into a Votas. Ron Vajara, or make that Rohit Vidaru, rather, going to have some contact with that. Tim Walsh just seems getting caught up behind all these incidents that take place out of turn 4. And then we'll do it into real time here. They're almost kind of pushing Trent Whitney through turn 4 as he is facing backwards. And then watch right here. Pichu London, who got involved in that incident with Hayden Klein earlier on, just going to come driving straight into the back of the Trent Whitney machine. That was a hard hit there for the 26. I don't know if it was it that he couldn't see the 98 or he was already committed to a certain line coming off turn 4, whatever it was. Caused some more extensive damage to the back of the Caleb Ford and the front of the Newton, Connecticut Tribute Toyota Camry. So we'll go back to Green Flag Racing once again. Getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. We do have another driver back behind the wall, actually 2 drivers. And they are Pichu London and Widos Avotas. Not sure what was wrong with Widos Avotas' machine. You know, he did get a piece of that incident when Whitney kind of squeezed him up into the wall, but I didn't think that'd be enough to send him to the garage area, but apparently that was the case. Henley is the leader. Second place is Anthony McCurry. James McLeod in 3rd, and 4th is Mary Cole. Tweenix currently holds 1st, 3rd, and 4th on this restart. Adam Chambers is now up to 5th. John Citadino 6th, 7th, George Roque, James Silverfox is 8th rather, Jake Rogers 9th, and Hayden Klein will complete the top 10 as we go back up to the front. Anthony McCurry got himself a nice restart there. He is hanging right with the 25 of Sean Henley. Meanwhile, Adam Chambers looking to the inside of Mary Cole. That is for 4th place. Anthony McCurry trying to pick up his 2nd win of the season. He won back at Phoenix International Raceway in that R-Tech Toyota Camry. So they're coming to turn 4. They're going to scrape the wall. This seems to be a trademark going on here. And McLeod's going to get the run underneath. He's going to go for 2nd. Meanwhile, Silver Fox, oh, he turns out of Chambers. I thought they were going 3 wide for 5th place, but Chambers gets turned around. And he gets the inside retaining wall. Caution flies once again. There's Dylan Young going to bypass him. Caution flies one more time. Henley, I believe, is still the leader under caution. Yes, he is indeed. And there's the reason for the caution coming out. Adam Chambers, let's take a look and see what happened. So he was in the middle of a 3-wide situation coming off of turn number 4. Now watch right here. As all these drivers are bouncing off the wall, Chambers is going to get a run to the inside of Mary Cole. Silver Fox never touched the wall coming off that corner. He wanted to go 3 wide, and I don't think Chambers knew he was there. He comes down off the nose of Silver Fox. And Chambers going to hit passenger side first into the inside retaining wall with the STP Dodge. Chambers right now, the only one carrying the Ray Everham colors, is both his teammates, his rookie teammates, Zach Campbell and Alex DeMarco, were out of the race. But Chambers did slide across the start-finish line in the 9th position, so if he elects not to come down pit road, he would still restart in the top 10. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case. So I'm almost wondering if there was something that may have happened with Tim Walsh here. Thought I saw some front-end damage to the back of his machine. He and Dylan Young may have gotten together. Yes, they did indeed. Right here, coming into this corner just before the Adam Chambers incident. Yep, Tim Walsh going to come up into Dylan Young. Contact there as well with Jake Rogers. And around goes the 56. And there you see Vadaru, Trent Whitney. They're going to bypass this. They are well acquainted with that wall there in turn number 3. As the caution flies, one more time. Let's go back to green. This has certainly turned out to be a wreckfest, and I don't think we're going to see any different in the closing stages of this race. We'll go back to green flag racing. Nobody out after that incident. Chambers continues on. Walsh, Dylan Young, they continue on. We have a total still of 16 drivers left on the racetrack to finish out this race. When we go back to green, it'll be lap number 26. That will give us a total of 12 laps remaining in tonight's event. Sean Henley still the leader. His Tweenix Racing teammate James McLeod second. Anthony McCurry third. Mary Cole fourth. And fifth is Hayden Klein. John Cittadino sixth. James Silverfox seventh. George Roque is eighth. Chambers ninth. And Ron Vijar is in 10th. The points leader Dylan Poteet still very much in this. Just hasn't been up at the front. He's in 11th. 12th is Rohit Vidarvu. Jake Rogers 13th. Trent Whitney 14th. Dylan Young is 15th. And Tim Walsh is in 16th places. Here we go. Green flag ready to come back out one more time. Let's see if these guys can complete a green flag lap. I don't think they've done that yet today. Let's see if they can do it here on lap 26. They can get one green flag lap in. That would be terrific. As Tweenix Racing runs 1, 2, and 4 right now. And then also we saw Dylan Poteet back there in the 11th position. All 4 Tweenix cars are in this event still. They have survived. As into the wall goes both Sean Henley and James McLeod, but McCurry got into the wall, and Silver Fox again finds a fast way around this racetrack along with Adam Chambers. They are going to drive here and try and look for the lead right off the bat, and the green flag is still out. They were able to do it. We're still green flag racing. Silver Fox, just like that, jumped from 6th place up to 2nd. Chambers, who was 9th on that restart, is now up to 3rd as they're trying to run down Sean Henley now. But now they get into the wall. Who's on the inside line picking up ground? It's Anthony McCurry, going by Dylan Poteet. That's for 5th. Now 4th. Now, 5th. Now off of Vijar. Now 4th off of McLeod. Now looking for 3rd off of James Silverfox. As we are still green flag racing. Oh, I jinxed it. We're under the caution again. And it's for Hayden Klein and Jake Rogers. And possibly Trent Whitney as well. Caution flies one more time. This time, Jake Rogers and rookie Hayden Klein involved. Klein, 6th in points, was doing a great job today. He's got heavy-duty front-end damage to his Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota Camry. Sponsoring the sports clips here. Caution is out one more time. Hayden Klein's day may be over. Let's take a look at yet another replay. Well, this is shaping up to be one very interesting race. Seems like nobody is having any luck getting through turn number 3 correctly. There's contact there between Mary Cole and Rohit Vidarvu. Vidarvu's car going to be left kind of spinning out there. And here comes George Roque into the mix. He's going to get a piece of it right there. Tim Walsh going to run into the back of Vidarvu. There's Hayden Klein getting involved. 2 Michael Waltrip Racing teammates are there. Jake Rogers is involved as well. And it's a 5-car pile up there, and boy, it would seem a shame for these drivers to all of a sudden go down to even less drivers in this race, but it's looking like that's going to be the case. A lot of drivers took some hard hits there in a big pile up with 10 laps to go. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing, we are left now, I believe, with only a total of 10 race cars on the track, and that is indeed the case. This is probably going to be one of the smallest fields ever to finish an NNSCRA race for this entire season. Adam Chambers, he is currently the leader now. 2nd is Sean Henley. James Silverfox, 3rd. James McLeod, 4th, and Anthony McCurry is in 5th. Ron Vijar runs 6th. 7th is the points leader Dylan Poteet. John Cittadino is in 8th. 9th is Dylan Young, and Mary Cole is 10th. That is it. Those 10 drivers are going to be the ones to settle it out. The question is, though, when we go back to green, there's going to be a total of 6 laps to go. with such a dwindled field, can we go green flag racing to the end, or are they going to somehow, some way, find a way to bring the yellow out one more time here tonight at Darlington? This track known as the track Too Tough to Tame, and I think we're finding out why here tonight. Don't think we've ever had a track this season where there's been such a wreck fest that we've had so little drivers left to try to battle it out for the win. But I'll tell you what, each one of those 10 drivers is awfully happy that they've survived, because their chances have just increased extramentally here to be able to take the checkers tonight in the Joshua B. Cole 400. Here we go. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing again. Chambers, Henley, Silver Fox, they're trying to go to victory lane for the first time this season. James McLeod and Anthony McCurry, they're trying to go back to victory lane for the second time this season. They went to victory lane at races 1 and 2, Daytona and Phoenix. So it's been a while for them, as Henley is all over the back bumper of Adam Chambers there. He wants the lead back. Chambers got by him at the line the last time around under the green. Henley's been leading the majority of this event, as McLeod's just gotten by Silver Fox for third. Here comes Henley to the bottom. Oh, and he gets contact. Oh, and Anthony McCurry and James McLeod made contact, and they saved it. Oh, my word, they saved it. Oh, but there goes Ron Vajara. Oh, come on. I thought they had it saved. Ron Vajara spins in the rear of the field, and the leader at the line was James McLeod. McLeod's the leader, and there's a total of 5 laps to go. I think we will get back to green. I hope we do anyway. But Ron Vajara, another thing I was just thinking about with these guys, no matter what happens here in these closing stages, they are ensured finishing top 10. As Ron Vajara is in 10th place, his car got spun around there coming off turn 2, and they almost had it saved. Let's go back and take a look at a replay of how Vajara's car got turned around. Before we do that, I just want to take a look at this one more time. Watch McLeod comes down into Anthony McCurry, and how the two of them held on to that, I have no idea. But they went 3 wide, and right there when Chambers makes that move, they went 4 wide. Oh, and when he came down to make the move, Vajara went underneath him, and Vajara, I think, is going to get some contact. He's going to slide up in front of Chambers. Yup. That's exactly what happens. Vajara slides up right in front of the Adam Chambers machine, and Henley's going to get boxed in there. He's trying to force a way down to the bottom to get by. Finally has to resort to the top, and the 22 car goes around. But my goodness, they nearly had that thing entirely saved out of turn 4. That would have been incredible. But nonetheless, we do have another caution. Let's see if we will get back to green flag racing. I think we should. This is it, folks. 1 lap shootout to decide tonight's race. These drivers, we've seen them not really be able to make it around a full green flag lap. Fortunately, this time it's not really going to matter. If the caution comes out at all, it won't matter. We're still going to race it back to the line. James McLeod, he was able to get the lead on that last exchange. He's out in front. Second place is John Cittadino. He's trying to pick up his 3rd win of the season as a rookie, as he is trying to... I'm not exactly sure who is actually the highest leader for most Snickers Cup Series victories, but he would certainly put himself up inside the top 5 for most wins in Snickers Cup Series career. He's second. Anthony McCurry, who won back at Phoenix, he's third. Mary Cole, still trying to look for her first win of the season as a rookie for Tweenix Racing, is in fourth. And the points leader, Dylan Poteet. How about him? He's probably, I'm pretty sure, going to leave with the points lead. Actually, I'm not only certain, I'm absolutely positive that he will leave with the points lead. He is fifth. And then the rest of the drivers to settle it out, Adam Chambers, Dylan Young, James Silverfox, Sean Henley, and Ron Vajara. This is going to be good, folks. 1 lap to decide it all. Can McLeod hang on? 3 of the top 5 in this race have been to victory lane at one time or another this season. Mary Cole, Dylan Poteet for Tweenix Racing, Adam Chambers for Ray Everham have not, as the green flag comes back out and the white flag was out at the same time. McLeod gets away, McCrory slides by John Citadino for second. Also a battle back there. Poteet, I think, was trying to go to the inside of Mary Cole for fourth place. That was Chambers. Chambers was going underneath. As out of turns 3 and 4, McLeod's getting into the wall. Is anybody going to run on him? Here's McCurry trying to get to the bottom. Can McCurry make a move? At the stripe, it is James McLeod in a photo finish, winning the Joshua B. Cole 400. And we didn't go under a caution flag. They kept it clean out of turn 4 for the final time, but James McLeod holds off a charge there by Anthony McCurry, and McLeod will go to victory lane for the second time this season. As he wins tonight, my goodness. And then, oh, what? The winner, everybody just drove into the, they just drove into the barrels. Anyway, I'm not sure what that was all about, but hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. Congratulations to James McLeod on winning a Wreckfest. I mean, these guys, they survived, and now what do? They wreck each other. Kind of like as if to say, okay, we're gonna make sure that no car finishes this race. I don't know. That was rather bizarre ending to this race, I must admit. Anyway, the winner of this race is James McLeod. This is going to actually help him out a lot in points, too. He's a two-time winner that ties him this season for most wins in the Snickers Cup Series with rookie John Citadino. McLeod came in 17th in the points, so this is certainly going to help him a lot to move up in the standings. He wins the race. Let's show you the top 10. Basically, everybody that you saw finish this race is going to finish in the top 10. Anthony McCurry, by 8/100ths of a second, misses out on picking up his second win of the season. It was awfully close there. He had a nice run coming out of turn 4, just couldn't capitalize. He'll get second, though. Chambers going to finish the day in third place. Nice run for the season 2 Snickers Cup Series champ. Then you got John Citadino, the two-time winner. He's not the only two-time winner anymore, but he finished in fourth place. Nice run for that rookie. Dylan Poteet going to finish the day with a top 5 finish here in the Wreckfest at Darlington. He will keep the points lead due to that. Mary Cole going to finish in 6th. 7th place, Ron Vajar, a nice recovery after he spun out there on our last caution of the day. James Silverfox going to finish the night in 8th place rather. Dylan Young going to get 9th, and Sean Henley is going to finish in the 10th position. Certainly a great night all in all for Tweenix Racing, finishing 1st, 5th, 6th, and 10th. All 4 of those rides. So James McLeod gives Tweenix Racing their second win of the season. What an amazing job he did here tonight to get himself in the right place at the right time and getting that nice run off turn 4 to hold off Anthony McCurry at the line. Well, guys, no doubt about it, Darlington proving to be a points shaker. The only thing that I can tell you won't shake in points is shake Dylan Poteet from the points lead. As far as everything else goes, though, it's all up in the air, all up for grabs. I have no idea what the point stands are going to look like heading into next week. But hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become a part of the crew today. And we will show you now your official finishing results, where only 10 drivers finished tonight's race, your official rookie point standings, and your overall points heading into next week at Branson Speedway before we pack it up and head to the All-Star Race Weekend at M&M's Super Speedway. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best. Thanks for watching the Joshua B. Cole 400 at Darlington Raceway.